Sri Lanka's first local COVID-19 death was reported today at the National Institute of Infectious Diseases in Angoda of a 65-year-old man from Maravilla. The victim had earlier undergone a kidney transplant and suffered from other complications such as diabetes and high blood pressure. Authorities reported 7 new COVID-19 cases this afternoon, bringing Sri Lanka's active COVID-19 patient numbers to 103, with 9 patients in total making full recovery so far. The latest recoveries reported were of 2 patients, one from the IDH hospital in Angoda and the other from the Valikanda base hospital. Currently, a further 190 suspected cases are under observation at 21 hospitals across the country. This is a drop of 39 cases from yesterday's reported total of 238. Following the country's first confirmed COVID-19 case being identified on 11th March, the number of cases has seen a steady rise in the 17 days since. However, a minor spike in new cases were noted between 17th and 19th March, but health authorities have reported significantly lesser numbers from that period onwards. No new cases were reported on 25th and 27th March. From the total of 103 active cases, 86 are currently being treated at the IDH, 9 at the Valikanda base hospital and 1 at the Mullaitiyawa hospital. Meanwhile, Director General of Health Services Dr. Anil Jasinghe revealed that among today's 7 new cases are recent arrivals from Chennai in India and urged any member of the public who had travelled to Sri Lanka from Chennai in the last 14 days to immediately inform authorities and enter self-quarantine.
අද දින රෝගීන් 4 දෙනෙක් වාර්තා වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ අනුව අද සම්පූර්ණ රෝගීන් සංඛ්‍යාව 110ක් බවට පත් වෙනවා. අද දින මේ රෝගීන් 4 දෙනාගෙන් 2 දෙනෙක්ම ඉන්දියාවේ චෙන්නයි සිට පැමිණි 2 දෙනෙක්. ඒ වගේම මේ දින 4-5 කාලය තුල තව 2 දෙනෙක් චෙන්නයි සිට පැමිණලා තියෙනවා. ඒ ඔවුන් කොවිඩ් රෝගීන් හැටියට හඳුනාගෙන තියෙනවා. මේ නිසා මම ඉල්ලීමක් කරන්න කැමතියි. යම් කිසිවෙකු පසුගිය දින 14 තුල චෙන්නයි ඉන්දියාවේ පැමිණලා තියෙනවා නම් කරුණාකරලා ප්‍රදේශයේ මහජන සෞඛ්‍ය පරීක්ෂක එහෙම නැත්නම් සෞඛ්‍ය වෛද්‍ය නිලධාරීතුමාට දන්වා අනිවාර්යෙන් නිරෝධායනට ලක්වන්න.
One of the last confirmed cases identified was an individual from the Atalugama village in Bandaragama, which prompted health authorities to isolate and monitor the community using quarantine protocols. Meanwhile, 2 family members of the Bandaragama patient have been admitted to the Nagara General Hospital for medical observation today after displaying symptoms consistent with COVID-19. Following this, 26 individuals from the Atalugama village who had come into contact with the patient have been placed under self-quarantine and are being monitored by Security Forces personnel. Meanwhile, 2 doctors at the Sri Jayawardhanapura hospital who treated a patient who was later found to have contracted COVID-19 after being discharged have been placed in quarantine. The patient at the time of admission to the hospital had concealed the fact that he had recently arrived from abroad. It was further revealed that the patient had discharged himself against physician's advice and admitted himself at a private hospital afterwards, where tests had uncovered his COVID-19 infection. Further, it was revealed that the patient had been treated at the Sri Jayawardhanapura hospital by 2 medical staffers who were his grandchildren, who themselves had concealed information regarding his travel history. Director of the Sri Jayawardhanapura Hospital, Dr. Ratnasiri Hevage, said that since the 2 doctors had provided treatment to the patient following proper safety procedures, there was no necessity to shut the hospital down. The police special task force, in a precautionary measure, was seen disinfecting the hospital premises today. Meanwhile, following revelations of an attendee at a Muslim religious gathering at the Red Mosque in Colombo Fort having been diagnosed with COVID-19, the Muslim Religious Affairs Council offered a clarification on the subject, stating that no further religious events were held at the mosque since the 13th of March. However, upon further investigation, it was discovered that the patient in question had attended an event at the location on 13th March and was only diagnosed on 23rd March. The police are carrying out an investigation to determine if this individual, who had arrived from Virginia in the United States, had concealed crucial personal information from the authorities. A building at the National Institute of Infectious Diseases constructed by the Sri Lanka Air Force was handed over to hospital authorities today. The building is to be used for the secure treatment of COVID-19 patients. Meanwhile, the Homagama base hospital has been using robotic technology to aid in the treatment of COVID-19 patients. The hospital was earlier earmarked and developed to specifically handle COVID-19 patients by the government. Further, a member of the nursing staff at the Kandy National Hospital has built and improved an artificial respirator, which is to be handed over to health officials for the treatment of the country's COVID-19 patients. Meanwhile, medical supplies donated by the Chinese government arrived in the country today on board a special Sri Lankan Airlines flight. The donation includes 50,000 face masks for healthcare personnel and other essential medical equipment. A further stock of equipment is expected to arrive on Monday, the 30th of March. In the meantime, another group of nearly 300 Sri Lankan nationals who arrived in the country and underwent the government's mandatory 14-day quarantine process left for their homes today from quarantine centres across the country. Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva said that the individuals have been requested to follow a further 14-day self-quarantine at their homes after their release. 2 Belgian tourists holding in Kalpitia and a group of South Korean factory technicians in Dankotur received certificates from health authorities after completing 14 days in self-quarantine. In Kaluthara, Special Task Force personnel discovered a duo from Russia today walking along the streets during the curfew period. The duo had been self-quarantined in a hotel in Kaluthara South but were forced to leave the lodgings due to objections voiced by residents in the area. However, with the assistance of the Kaluthara Public Health Inspectors and personnel from the Kaluthara South Police Station, the duo were transported to a hotel in Valigama to continue their self-quarantine. Meanwhile, health officials have requested the public to delay vaccinations for a 2-week period and avoid bringing children into hospitals until the coronavirus threat subsides.
මවුරුන් ගොඩාක්ම කල්පනා කරන දෙයක් තමයි එන්නත් ලබා දීම. විශේෂයෙන්ම මාස 2, 4, 6 කියන අවස්ථාවලදී අපි එන්නත් ලබා දෙනවා. මේක තාමත්ම වැදගත් දෙයක්. නමුත් මේ වෙලාවේ අපි ඉල්ලා සිටිනවා මේ එන්නත් ලබා දීම සති 2කින් 3කින් පරක්කු වුණාට කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. ඒක හන්ද එන්නත් ලබා දෙන්න කියලා ගෙදරින් එළියට ඇවිල්ලා සායනයකට යන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. මොකද ඇත්තටම මේ වෙලාවේ මේ දේවල් කෙරෙන්නෙත් නැහැ රටේ.
ලීව ආයුෂ් කරාබු නැටි දන්තාලේපය ශක්තිමත්